Stupid, 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 stupid. That's how my British people say stupid. Stupid. Right? Someone know I live some life. Listen, you will not be seeing my face after this. You will not be seeing my face. You will be seeing video clips. I'm editing the video right now. You will be seeing video clips. You will be seeing pictures, and you will be hearing my voice. The complete story. Alright? Stupid, stupid, stupid. Some people just dash for them life, and I really have to wonder if them really actually really love life, or them just come for just dash for them life like that for real. This whole story about Miller 9 is what we're gonna get into. Before I get into that, let me read this. So somebody said, SoFlo, hold up, SoFlo, that guy is a crooked cop from Jamaica. He killed my cousin in Jamaica and they let him go. But God nah sleep. Another long run, short catch. Them boy there, a murderer SoFlo, trust me. But God is the master and no bad deed will go unpunished. I won't read any more of this now. I will save it for when I do this voiceover right now. Listen and hear this, because one bag of something I go on, boy, I don't know. Alright, so let's start off first with this video. This video clip is the official video clip where it was released by KTLA.com on a KTLA 5 news station from that same city. Okay, so look at the video clip. I'm sure you've seen the video clip by now. Many other vloggers have it, and it's on national news media as well. But check out the video clip and look very closely. I'm going to loop the video clip over and over at the part where he enters the room, and I want you to look very closely. This is very important because we're going to have to talk about how clear that surveillance video is, and that alone has him right where he cannot wiggle his way out of this one. You know what I'm saying? This is not going to be a self-defense thing. This is not going to be no accidental thing. This is intentionally going into somebody's place, them house, them private residency. We're going to talk about why they went in there as well and all that. Now, pay attention, because here comes the official news clip, and listen at the end what the police officer said. 1, 2, here we go.
This video of these two murder suspects was taken inside the victim's home. Let's get right to that video. Police want you to take a look at this. You see in the video the two suspects coming into this home, guns in hand. This happened on Bayleaf Lane here in Irvine on Saturday morning. Police were called out there. They first found one victim of that residence who had been assaulted by the robbery suspects, but that victim pointed them to another victim who was inside the house. That victim had been shot multiple times. Both victims, both the residents of that home, were taken to the hospital. Unfortunately, the man who had been shot multiple times was pronounced dead at the hospital. Now, police say, as for the motive in this case, they believe it was robbery, though they don't know or aren't saying exactly what they think these suspects may have been after, but believe it was robbery, though they don't know or aren't saying exactly what they think these suspects may have been after.
We do think that they were targeting these victims. We just are still investigating the reason why. But we do believe this to be a robbery. The two suspects made entry into the residence, assaulted our first victim, and eventually moved on to our second victim, who was shot, and then they fled the residence after the assault.
Share this.
All right, so with that said, right, let's talk about now how we found out, say, he was not only a producer, but he was one time a police officer as well. So the official site of it says a dancehall music producer, otherwise known as Miller 9, was arrested and charged with murder in Florida, but the crime was not committed in Florida. The 41-year-old, whose real name is Omar Miller, is best known for producing music for Vybz Kartel, which is the most famous out of all the people he had produced music for. That's why I said earlier that some people just dash for them life, boy, because if you have the intelligence to even produce music to a level where you're producing for somebody at that level of the game, like a Vybz Kartel or a Popcorn, and then you were in the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force, then what made you turn to like this kind of a life? Stick up in, because we're going to talk about why they went in, how this all happened. Ja Vinci and all these other people he produced music for. According to the information from the Broward County Sheriff Office, Miller 9 will be answering to charges. Here are the charges. He's charged with murder. He's charged with criminal conspiracy. And he's charged with an assault with a deadly weapon. Those 3 charges. And he is currently on what they call an out-of-state hold. He is sitting in the state of Florida right now. And he will be transferred back to California, where the crime actually took place, to answer for those charges there in the state of California. The charges stem from a home invasion robbery, the video you just watched, and shooting within that home invasion robbery that left 1 resident dead and another one injured. And it happened in Irvine County, California, on October 26th of 2019, this year, a couple of weeks ago. The slain man was identified as 20-year-old Raymond Alcala by the police. The other victim injuries were not life-threatening. So police released the surveillance footage, and of course everybody has the first surveillance footage, and the collage of pictures that you see where the surveillance footage is compared to his real face. That wasn't us. That wasn't a vlogger made that up. That wasn't me. That is a official collage that was made by the police department. Put them side by side and see if they look alike, and it's exactly the same person. Police believe that they intended to commit a robbery when the shooting occurred. This information has been updated more recently, and I'm going to talk to you about that. Miller is also a former member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. All right, that's where the first comment I started this video with, where the person said, let me pull my phone up real quick. The person texted me and said that Miller 9 killed his family member in Jamaica and God not sleep. And this is another long run short catch. And then boy, they are murderer. So flow, trust me. But God is the master and no bad deed will go unpunished. So there's talks out there that he was a rogue cop when he was in Jamaica anyways. And this is not his first killing, right? And then they pointed me to this, that in 2011, charged along with 3 other cops for killing an 18-year-old. That story in itself went something like this. And this one I will take right now from RJR News Online. And it started by saying, police to stand trial for the Andre Thomas murder. And this was posted at 10:02 p.m., Monday, September 27th of 2010. The trial ended in 2011, and I believe they were acquitted. 4 policemen charged with the 2007 controversial shooting death of a 19-year-old Grants Pen resident are to stand trial Monday before the home circuit. Noel Bryan, Philip Dustin, Clayton Fearson, and Omar Miller, which is Miller 9. They are both all to stand trial for the murder of Andre Thomas. Mr. Thomas, the 19-year-old, was fatally shot on September 23rd of 2007. This didn't go to trial, I guess, till 2010. They were acquitted in 2011. Okay, Mr. Thomas was fatally shot September 23rd of 2007 during a police operation in Grants Pen, St. Andrew. The police say that they had gone in search of Mr. Thomas after he had alleged shot and injured another man in the Grants Pen community. This was the police report, what they told the official governing bodies. The cops say that they shot when he challenged them. So it was one of those stories. We went round there with a search warrant looking for a man, and next thing we know, we call him name and him just bust out gunshot after we. So we fired, return shot, and he was killed. The guy was taken to the Kingston Public Hospital and he died while undergoing treatment. There was a whole bunch of stuff. The family members, of course, are saying that a lie. People were out there, they saw what happened, the police then make up a story, and it's not how the story went. But Thomas' relatives also claim that that was cold-blooded murder. It is alleged that the cops pumped more bullets into the body of Mr. Thomas, the 19-year-old, while he was being transported to the hospital in the police vehicle. So them shot him up in the police vehicle, and now hear this. In the wake of the shooting, allegedly, in the wake of the shooting, the policemen were also accused of tampering with the service vehicle to cover up the alleged crime. And guess who was leading that investigation at the time? It was led by Mark Shields. Mark Shields had come into the country, and he was supposed to straighten up things and make things run in order and blah, blah, blah. And the boys club that we call the fraternity, they were not too well accepting of him. You know what I'm saying? So he was going against the grade. He was going to expose who need to be exposed and whatever. So the investigation led by Mark Shields had the findings that the shooting occurred in the police vehicle. And they're saying that it is alleged that the cops pumped more bullets into the body while he was in the police vehicle. While them said them a carry him go to hospital, they shot him up some more in the vehicle. So in other words, they're probably trying to kill him before he got to the hospital then. Dead man tell no tales, right? Then it's our word against a dead man's word. And we are officers of the law, so more than likely we can beat this if we all corroborate with the same story. Mark Shields at the time challenged it and said, nope, I call bullcrap. He had alleged that the cops took the police vehicle also to a garage. This is to include Millenine and the other police officers that were accused. They all coerced on this and took the vehicle, according to Mark Shields, took the vehicle to a garage to have the bullet holes concealed. Right? They took the government vehicle to a garage to have the bullet holes concealed, and that was the report, and that was the incident. One of the incident that he was known for while he was a police officer. We're talking about Millenine here. Now let's talk about the story that we have heard. All right, so this is what we are getting, and of course we cannot reveal our source, right? I asked for certain proof of certain things, and I was sent these certain proofs of certain things. Not saying that this person was there or anything. I'm just saying we can't reveal our source. I'm just going with a story. So you can take it as a story if you want to, or you can take it as a story if you don't want to. So we were told that basically them say, this is what them say, allegedly. You see how much time I say allegedly? It is alleged that Millenine was a dirty cop. He used to run down on and rob people that was scamming, and he used to also run down and rob people that were into drug dealing and any illicit, illegal activity. And he's been into this kind of a lifestyle since he was in Jamaica, right? And carried the same behavior basically over to the United States. Now, here, he wasn't a drug dealer. He was a person that robbed the drug dealers, and he had a good connection here, because the good connection came from a drug dealer that sold the drugs. And we're talking about cocaine, allegedly. You see how much time I'm going to keep saying allegedly. We're talking about cocaine. So it is alleged that the guys that they went after, that they were following, stalking, it was because they had purchased a large amount of cocaine. I don't know how many kilos. I heard a couple of keys. I don't know how many. And the person who sold it to them actually set them up because Millenine is their connection. So what that person did was set Millenine them on them, and he was supposed to go back, retrieve the thing after they got the money for it already, you know. So you do the price of a kilo of coke. I don't know how much they go for these days. I know back in the day they would go up to all 30,000, depending on what state you're in and all these other kind of things. So 2 of those, rob him, take it back, split the money, that kind of stuff. And they're saying that the person that's giving us this information is saying that at them kind of life that he been living, right? And that is why he's caught up now. Now, there was a thing one time, you know, people are saying, so, oh, yo, SoFlo, how come everybody has said Millenine were produced for Cartel? Iman Cartel never close. Well, I have a little video clip here where I'm watching but the video is on YouTube from way back then, where I can't use people video, but I can tell you this. When the whole Corey Todd thing, falling out thing happened, and Idonia sided with Corey Todd, and they went against Vybz Kartel, and they were dragging him in the media and all these stuff, and on YouTube and stuff. Put this on YouTube. Miller 9 was actually siding with Corey Todd as well. And there was a specific video out there where Miller 9 basically was there cheering on Corey Todd as he was disrespecting Vybz Kartel. And when this reached on YouTube, the bleacher got turned back black. And Miller 9 is in the background going, pow, 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 pow. You know what I'm saying? And then Corey is like, "Me don't talk. I'm a man of action, you know. I don't talk, you know, I do more action." You know that go already. So I'm guessing they fell out. Just to say the part about the cartel. Furthermore, Vybz Kartel right now coming off of a murder conviction and just completed an appeal and is waiting for his response from the 3-panel judges. And today is the 22nd. The judges them gone on vacation, which means Kartel himself will be spending Christmas in prison. And we should hear something from the judges sometime next year. January, whenever them choose to decide to answer. I don't think Vybz Kartel is going to jeopardize himself right now by shouting out anybody that is in this predicament. And him probably seeing the video and him himself saying, "Ross, them catch a dog." So even if they made up their differences from back then, I don't think it's the right time to be shouting out somebody on these kind of charges when you depend those kind of charges that you're trying to get off of. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the story end or lies with us. It is about cocaine. That's what we were told. We've been told that it's about cocaine and allegedly some robber drug dealer thing. And there are people in the United States of America that do just that. I'm sure there are people in many other countries all around the world, wherever drugs is sold, that does just that. You know? Because think about it. Who is a drug dealer going to complain to? You can't call the police and say, "Officer, that man right there just robbed me of my 2 kilos of coke." You can't call anybody. So it's a ruthless world. And that world is one of those worlds where you have to be a wolf. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a wolf. You can't be a sheep in that world. And as far as I've been told, Miller 9 was a wolf in that world. Now, me now watching this video, I asked you to answer some questions in the end. If you think they're going to secure a conviction against him, and if you think he's going to get a life sentence in the United States of America prison, or do you think that they're going to cut time short on him and just deport him or something like that? Let me say this. I don't know this man's immigration status, so I'm not going to step out of line and talk about them more deport him. He might be a citizen of the United States of America. He's been off the radar for quite some time, right? He might be a citizen of the US. People have them papers all the time and we just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And when you are a citizen, it's kind of, even though citizenship has been revoked in the past, it's kind of more difficult for them to take away your citizenship and revoke your citizenship and deport you, as opposed to just giving you some prison time. Now, if you have a permanent residency green card holder and you catch a murder charge or some drug dealing charge or something, you go to prison, you do your time, you come out, you more than likely looking at sure deportation, right? So I don't know to answer, are they going to deport him? That's my answer for that part. Is he going to do a whole lot of time in U.S. prison? As I make this voiceover right now, I am looking dead at this video, and then I am looking at the side-by-side pictures of him and him in a studio or with a red background versus him in the apartment with the gun in his hand as he went in the door. And even a blind man could see that that's the same person. And I'm sure that's going to stand up in court. Boy, people say, "So Flo, why I tell these people how to commit crimes properly?" I don't know. Maybe Miller 9 was out of the force so long that him forget some good training and it's left him now. Because if you don't keep up with your training, you know, then the thing can leave you. Your heart might still be brave, but your skills might be not up to par. Now, in the United States of America, United States of America, anywhere in the world, just 2019 going 2020, We live in a technological age, and surveillance systems are not hard to get. They're everywhere. And people nowadays have them houses, their living space under surveillance. So for him to just put on a hoodie and just walk up in the people in place just like that with a gun in hand, that proved intent. You tried to disguise yourself. I'm telling you how it's going to go down in court. You're clearly seen on here. You knew you were doing something wrong. You came with ill intentions. You plotted this. You tried to disguise yourself, hence the hat and the hoodie pulled over, and you had a gun in your hand, walked in behind another person who had a gun in his hand as well. You know what I'm saying? And this is definitely you in a freeze frame. This is not one of those grainy videos. That video, yeah, clean and clear. The picture clean and clear. Even him, after I look on this, he's probably going to just say, try on, man. Let me just plead guilty and take a plea deal. I don't know what kind of plea deal they're going to put on the table for him. I don't know how his stuff's going to work out. But I know with charges like these, and then you are a foreigner, or else you come from Jamaica, let's not act like they don't stigmatize us already. Let's not act like they don't have red flags going up every time they hear Jamaica. When they hear Jamaica, you see, typically they hear drugs and killing. That's exactly what they hear first. So when they look at his background and then they see this type of action and then him on camera, he is frigged in more ways than one. That's the best way I can put it. So he's currently in Florida on an out-of-state hold, and he will be shipped back to California. Damn, the journey starts, yo. When they must ship you cross-country, like your cargo, shackled handcuffs, shackle around your handcuff, chains around your waist, chains to your feet, and you shuffling, all that. Boy, this not gonna look good for him at all, and I wish him all the best on this journey. His charges are extremely serious, and I don't think he will be coming out of this one. He will be answering to the charge of murder, criminal conspiracy, and assault with a weapon. Murder because somebody dead in that place. Criminal conspiracy because you planned all that, right? And you were part of the planning and the execution of it. And assault with a deadly weapon, somebody dead in the of using your weapon, and the other person was beaten, pistol whipped. That was a part of the story that I was about to forget. That's the other guy. They tried to kill the other guy and he played dead. He played dead and they left him. They terrorized them, pistol whipped him. They were trying to get him to tell them where the drugs was. So this was one of those cases, going there, kidnap him, beat him till him say wait there, take it and left. Bad man thing. Well, that damn surveillance camera got that man in high definition, plain as day. Leave your comments in the comment section below. That one here don't look good. I don't know. Like, comment, share, subscribe on these things. Leave your comments in the comment section below and tell me what you think. Do you think that he is going to be found guilty? Do you think that based on the evidence so far, do you think that they're going to be lenient on him? Do you think that he is going to get a long prison sentence and then be deported to Jamaica? Or do you think that he is going to get life in prison in the United States of America? Make we talk. I'm out. Peace.